I'm Dakota Bradley, and I'm so honored to be a part of the American Red Cross and their fire mission. When I was 15 years old, something happened to me that I'll never forget. I was sitting in class and the principal calls me down to the office and he said, "Man, your house is on fire." Walking up to the house when I got home from school was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. My house was, when I looked through the window, it was black. Everything was black and there was smoke coming out of my house, and they had just put the fire out. And I was standing there in shock, and I was almost panicked but calm at the same time. I didn't really know how to understand what was going on, and my mom and all the neighbors were there. There was fire trucks up and down my street and police cars, and it was a very overwhelming thing, and I just wanted to go inside. So they let us walk inside, and the floor had fallen through to the basement. We had to walk on each side of the hallway to get to my room, and I get in my room, and my mom had just decorated my room. There was records all across the ceiling, and they had melted to the floor. I did not believe my eyes when I saw that. The records, my favorite records, had melted to the floor. And I had guitars all over the walls, and they were laid across my bed, just black, and I picked one up and it fell in half. And I wanted to cry, but I didn't, because I knew that everything was going to be okay because nobody got hurt. So I felt safe in that sense, but I felt helpless because everything I had was gone and I didn't know what was going to happen tomorrow. We lost everything in the house, but what we didn't lose was our lives, and my family survived such a horrible tragedy, and our animals survived. But the first thing I remember hearing when I walked up to the house, was my mom saying, "Where's Bandit? Where's Bandit at?" And that's my dog. And I freaked out, my heart stopped, and I remember walking out into the street, and we found him shaking under this car. And I just remember seeing him under there, and I knew he was like traumatized, but just seeing him, I was like, all right, Bandit survived, nothing else really matters right now. Our fire started in the kitchen. They said that our toaster oven had been left on, and we left the house. I was at school, my parents were at work, and the grocery bag had floated on top of the toaster oven, and the whole kitchen went up in flames. And that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen, walking into that kitchen after it had burned, and the whole kitchen had been decorated white. My mom had just decorated the whole kitchen white, and every single thing in the kitchen was black. Everything was black. It looked like cabinets had exploded out of the drawer, and they were just everywhere, and there was pieces of wood everywhere, and the magnets on the refrigerator had melted and they were just destroyed. The refrigerator wouldn't even open. It's just a lot of crazy things that I saw in that house when it burned. But I'm just mostly thankful that no one was in the house and we didn't lose any lives, and that's the most important thing. We lost everything else, but I learned a lot. I learned that if you lose material things, it's bad and it doesn't feel good, but I couldn't imagine losing my mom or my sister in that fire. I know what it's like to have a fire take everything from me, so partnering with the American Red Cross on a giving campaign means so much to me, because I was lucky enough not to be in the house or not to have anyone I know in the house, and we got out pretty lucky compared to some people, and I'm going to meet people that did not get out as lucky as I did, and to be able to be a part of this and give back and just be there to support them in any way possible is going to be one of the coolest things I'll ever do in my life, I think. To kick off my giving campaign, 50 cents of every download of Name on It will be donated to the American Red Cross in support of their fire mission. Please join me in supporting the American Red Cross.